Okay, so BT was a little bit more eloquent and prepared than I am. But hello, my name is Tomska Ridgewell. It's TomSka because my name is Tom and I like ska music. It's not really that big of a jump. Can I get my first slide up, actually? Wow, this is really lumpy. My journey kind of starts about 14 years ago. Back in the old days of the internet, and I was 11, and I typed into my computer the words stupid and then .com, because that's how you found things online, right? And I saw an animation, this one. And it was amazing. I mean, it's not. It's awful. But it was amazing to me. At the time, you know, it was this cartoon made by just some guy, and I found out that he was just a couple years older than me. And I was so incredibly inspired by what he did, and this. I mean, this animation is great. He's called Maynard. He laughs and he boards down the mountain and then hits a wall and dies. Incredible. This is in a series. This is like a 5-part series. This is episode 2. But I was so inspired by this that I just said, I want to make online video for the rest of my life. That's all I want to do. I don't care about anything else. And that journey started there. So I first started trying to animate like him for a few years. I wasn't very good. Spent 2 years trying to animate with Microsoft PowerPoint. Turns out, not the way Disney do it. Eventually, I started using Flash, as a lot of online animators do. And then I also gave up on that because I didn't have the patience, the talent, the skill, yada, yada, yada. My love is in writing and directing these jokes, you know, it's comedy. And eventually YouTube came along in 2006, and finally there was a place to put videos, this thing that I was actually really, really interested in, because it's a lot easier to tell like real people what to do than like cartoons. Because you go, computer, make them dance. It doesn't happen in real life. If you go, friend, dance, it does happen. It's really great. They're very responsive, these human being things. So I started making videos on YouTube, and gosh, in 6 or so months, I'll be hitting my 10th anniversary on YouTube. It all started out very, very humble beginnings, you know, putting out videos to tens of people, getting maybe a couple hundred views if I were lucky. And then one day, in 2008, I said, I'm going to make a viral video now. I think I've been on this internet thing long enough. I've been watching so much comedy. I'm going to make a viral video. I'm going to take all the things I know, what kind of jokes work online, et cetera, et cetera. And there was a 13-year-old, I was 18, this 13-year-old who had more subscribers than me, not bitter at all, was like, oh, I want to collaborate. I'll animate something for you. And I was like, yeah, okay. So I recorded, you know, these stupid jokes, put them out, and never paid him. Didn't think I needed to at the time. I have now, though. It's okay. And I got a call the next day from my friend being like, that video you put out yesterday has 40,000 views. Wow. And that was mind-blowing. At the end of the week, I had 400,000. In a couple months, I had 1 million. And very recently, that one video hit 52 million views on YouTube, which makes up some of the, I think, 800 and something million views that my channel has now brought in. So it's been quite a journey. And instead of rambling on about me, though, because I do want to get on to sort of you, the people in this crowd, specifically the younger people, I suppose, I'll just show you a little montage of my work, if that can be done. Can it be done? Oh, yeah. Sure, thank you very much. So, that's there, we cut that corner now. You basically get the idea. I make YouTube videos, like comedy, yada, yada, yada. But now I want to kind of talk to a lot of people in this crowd, the younger people and all that, because I want you to do stuff, and that's important to me. So knowing how things like BuzzFeed work these days, I came up with a very catchy title for this: 5 inspiring things to inspire you and hopefully make you want to do stuff. If you want to hashtag that, it is 5 itty yam I would just. So it's very catchy. I'm going to kind of talk about 2 things, which are taking advantage and overcoming doubt. These are 2 of the most important things I have found, and trust me, if you meet any of my friends or exes, they'll tell you that I take advantage and I'm an awful person, yada, yada. But it's fine, you know what, I get stuff done. So I'm going to now give you sort of 5 little tips, 5 little thoughts that I've had over my life that I think have been very, very important in just getting stuff done and doing things. I'm not going to tell you how I do what I do, because that's what I do and that's how I do it, and it's not really going to be very helpful to you unless you want to do exactly what I want to do, which is write and direct really obscure comedy, stupid, dumb jokes about horses and spaceships and explosions. So let's crack on, shall we? Number 1, the world is a kitchen. You know what? In hindsight, that doesn't make any sense. But no, when I am running out of ideas, when I am wondering what to do, I try to imagine the world as a kitchen. I'm a chef, and this has nothing to do with food, although I am a fan. The world is a kitchen, I'm a chef, and everything inside of it is an ingredient. And so when people come up to me and they say, like, oh, I really want to make videos, but I just don't have all the resources and all the things you have. No, I didn't have them myself, but we all have so many things. And if you start looking at the world like a sociopath and see everything as ingredients and elements that you can put together to make something amazing, you can create some good stuff. So even if you have nothing, you have no filmmaking, say, for argument's sake, filmmaking abilities, but let's pretend this is about anything. You have so many things. This is your kitchen, by the way. This is your creativity kitchen. This is what we're calling it. But that's boring. Now it's on fire. This is a much more interesting kitchen. I had a lot of fun putting this together an hour ago. So let's start talking about the kind of things that you have that you may not even know. You probably have friends, right? Friends, they have skills, they have talents, they can support you, they can help you, they can hold your camera, they can do things, they have their own ideas. This is a huge bank of ingredients you have. You know, every friend you have is unique and has a thing they can do. Your family, they've got cars, that's important, you know. They can drive you places. They could be a tripod if you needed to. They've got workplaces, you know, which is just to make for amazing locations. They have props, or as they'll call them, possessions, and cherished memories. Shut up. So you have locations available to you. Oh, and there's a little extra dot. Don't mind him. You have locations like maybe you have your own school, you have your own workplace, just public spaces. You know, parks and forests and fields. Goodness me knows I've used a lot of them. Nowadays I get kicked out by officials because apparently having a crew of 20 people, you can't sneak them in and out very easily. You have to pay to rent parks. It's expensive. And then, of course, you also have you. You have your own skills, your own talents, your own ideas. And what I'm trying to say about this is these are just like an example of the kind of things that you always have available to you, always. And you may not know it. So like you want to make a video, you want to make a game, you want to make a book or anything, just look at the things you have. I mean, say you have one of your friends has a baby and one of your friends has a dog. You've got a camera phone, you make a video. Baby fights dog. You know, great. The dog will win, probably. So maybe don't do that video. Hello, I'm here to inspire you. Wonder what the next panel is. Oh, it's the kitchen again. It's still on fire. So yeah, so that's just like kind of like a thing. Maybe try looking at that, you know, try looking at that. And maybe an easier way to do this would be to write everything out. Write out all the things you have access to. If you're ever struggling to achieve something you want to do, you know, all the available spaces, all of the opportunities, all of the people. Take advantage of people. They are great. They're very handy. And then one day this could be you. Creatively. It's fire. I don't really know. Number 2, use people. Again, hi, I'm a sociopath. Don't ever be afraid to use people. This is coming back to, you know, your little kitchen, your little whole arsenal of ingredients of people that are available to you. Do not be afraid to use people or to let people use you. You should go up to people and ask yourself, no, wrong panel, doesn't matter. okay, I'll just back it up. We'll just pretend I meant to press that one and go to that one instead. So you may not be able to do everything, because I certainly cannot. You know, I tried animating, wasn't good at it. Now I work with people who can animate. Originally, I filmed my own videos, I edited my own videos, I did the music for my own videos, I acted in my own videos, and it wasn't very good. And as the years have gone on, I have learned that I'm not that good and at a lot of those things, but other people are amazing at them. So if I can just take the parts I am good at and work with these amazing people, we'll make a much better thing. And I'm finally almost at the point in my life where I can stop doing the acting thing, because I'm not a good actor. I'm just not. I don't know what I'm doing. I studied media. It's a DOS subject. And one of the ways that I go about working with all these different people is I go up to them and I ask myself as well, you know, what can I offer them and what can they offer me? Because everyone can offer everyone something, and this is such an important part of being creative and doing a lot of things is collaboration, is working with other people and saying, yeah, what can they offer me? Like, I have, say, a budget, or I have an audience that I could share with them, and they have a skill, or or a talent that I could absolutely benefit from. So we trade. So every single one of you will have someone or something that you can work with to create something better. Do not be afraid to work with other people and to do awesome stuff. Now, number 3, don't play by the rules, because the thing about life is it just kind of looks like this. It's a silhouette. No, if you just follow the rules, then you'll be fine. You know, you're born, you grow up, you go to school, you do the school things, you go to the other school, you do the other school, then you go to the job, and then you maybe get married, and then you have the kids, and then you raise the kids, then they leave you, like everyone leaves you, and then you get old and you die. And that's fine. I mean, that does ultimately probably happen to all of us anyway, except me. I am 100% alive. I haven't died yet, so as far as we know, I am immortal. But you don't have to play by the rules, because when I went to school, I would pass, I would get the grades, but I would use every opportunity I could to really do the things I wanted to do. I wanted to make comedy sketches, so I did a lot of film-based subjects. I did a lot of writing-based things like English, and I would use every opportunity I could to write a comedy piece or to film a comedy thing. And so I always used it as an opportunity to do the thing I really wanted to do. So I got by, but what was more important is that I did the things that I wanted to do. And this really does mostly work for kind of the creative things, because it is a risky thing. But if you just abide by the rules, ultimately, yeah, it's not going to be that exciting. You're just going to be fine. And that's boring, isn't it? Do the things. Do the cool things. Do the things you want to do, and steer your life in that direction, because it is just one line, but it doesn't have to be a straight line. It can be a bendy line. You can do lots of cool stuff and do things, and that will be good. Please, be creative. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, so that's a little bit about sort of taking advantage and just using opportunities and getting stuff done. But now I want to talk about overcoming self-doubt, because I have a lot of that, and I'm sure every single person in here does too. And I want to say a couple little things, a couple little important things that help get me through the day when I'm feeling low. Number 1, idiots. They are everywhere. That point says so. They are. Look, there's one. I was going wild on Google earlier. But this is something that I remind myself of, because I don't know where you guys are in your life right now, but say you're at school, right? There are those people there that are still passing, but you're like, how? How are you doing that? You are so stupid. You are the worst. And then as I grew up, I was like, okay, well, this is just like the school where everyone has to go. I'm going to now go off to like sixth form and uni, and those people won't be there anymore because they don't care, right? No, they're still there. They're still there. How are they here? How are they doing? Why? And then you go get a job, and you're like, okay, well, at least definitely now there won't be these people who don't care, who are just rubbish, and I don't understand how. No, they're still there. They never leave. So what I want to say to you is, if they can do it, you can too. And that's very important. But if there aren't any idiots in your life, it might be you. But as I said, if they can do it, you can do it, because you're the idiot. So again, that's a little empowering thought. There's always going to be an idiot waiting for you at everything you want to do. So if you're ever feeling nervous, oh, I can't do this, trust me, someone terrible and just rubbish has already done it. Now, Believe it or not, this is overcoming self-doubt. My final point is that you suck. It is. Anything you want to do, there's a very good chance that you're terrible at it. You're absolutely awful. You're not good. You don't really necessarily know what you're doing. And that is so absolutely fine. Because you can't make something okay until you've made something bad. You can't make something good until you've made something that's okay. And you definitely can't make something great until you've made something good. That's just how it is. Let me show you. This is my first ever. This is one from one of my earliest videos from 2007. That was so cool to me back then. But that's terrible, right? But that was how it all began. But now let's jump back to a more recent video, and that same shot looks a little better. But that's just how it is. You start off terrible, you make a lot of terrible stuff, and that's how you get there. You have to just accept that, embrace that, and do not let that drag you down, because believe me, you suck. You're awful. I suck. This video is 2 years old, and I watched that, and I'm like, man, that sucks. But I can do better, and I have, and I'm happy with that. So, what I want to say is just take advantage of everything. Use all the opportunities available to you because there are so many. Just don't be afraid and just accept that you are terrible and you don't get good until you just embrace that and but do challenge it, by the way. Don't live there. Probably should follow it up. You do suck, but you do get better. You have to try, though. It won't just kind of happen. But anyway, thank you very much. That was my rambling-y point. And good luck, everyone. Make some awesome stuff, okay? Thank you. Did I run over? How much did I run over?
You must have done that talk a million times, because that did not suck.
I was making it all up as I went. But you know, this isn't my first performance. Usually this isn't the first time I got up on a stage. I almost passed out. Tried to do it all in one breath. It wasn't good.
You've already spoken to a few of the people here today, giving them some piece of advice, but for those people who weren't around, in terms of practical advice, you know, things you can go away and film. You know, you started with what, camera, smartphone? How were you?
I started with a camera that's probably about 10 times worse than the one in my phone. Yeah, so trust me, like if I can do it, you're fine. But if you are wanting to make any video entertainment, by the way, just doesn't matter how bad your equipment is, as long as the sound isn't terrible. Trust me, bad sound will make anyone close a video in 3 seconds flat. So that's more important. Get a good microphone before you get a good camera. Just throwing that out there. I didn't want to get specific. Wasn't prepared for that.
And you've just done your first book. You have many aspirations for the future. So what does the future hold? And tell us a little bit about that.
I want to go where the internet goes. You know, like I said, I started before YouTube, and if YouTube is the thing in the future, then I will do whatever the next thing is. Who knows? Netflix, maybe. Vimeo. I shouldn't say that, maybe Vimeo, I don't know. I want to go wherever. I just want to make funny stuff, and YouTube has allowed me to make funny things for the world, and I'm very grateful for that, so I'm just going to keep doing that. But yes, I did do a book. I did write a little comedy joke book. It's out on Thursday. It's called Art is Dead. Can you tell I'm a little self-deprecating? How's that come out? But yes, hopefully that's funny. I don't know. That's up to them to decide.
Please, everyone, give a massive round of applause to Tom Ridgewell.
Thank you so much.